Yes, residents of Diepkloof Hostel in Soweto are taking their frustrations to the streets again, and they're protesting over a lack of service delivery. It is the third protest in the area in almost a month. Our reporter eNCA's Heidi Giokos is in Diepkloof, and she joins us live now. Heidi, as we're bringing in once again colleague, what is currently happening on the ground?
Yes, Tumelo, I must just emphasize the fact that we did see police and yalas moving into the area of Diepkloof, this hostel here that my colleague Noku is currently showing you. We did see a number of rubber bullets being fired, as well as tear gas, stun grenades to try and disperse the community. I think what's rather tragic, though, is that the community is obviously retaliating and throwing rocks, and we do know that 2 media vehicles have been damaged in the process. And obviously that's rather unfortunate because the media is here to try and cover this, but the community obviously not being able to gauge and just throwing rocks back at the police because the police are trying to disperse the community back inside. We did see just a few minutes ago, while you were speaking to Aviwe, that some community members were starting to gather tires and they were starting to run up, but they were then a police and yellow drove past, and then they ran back inside the community where you are seeing. Obviously, this is now getting a little bit out of hand in terms of the main cause here is they're protesting for lack of service delivery, so the biggest challenge being electricity and housing. From the visuals we are showing you, you can just see that this area has not been developed whatsoever. I actually want to see if we can just take a walk and I can just show you, actually just speak to Bab Sanele, who is the community leader here at Diepkloof. I just want to get a sense from him in terms of what is actually going on here, and just ask him what the next plan of action is, because obviously the police are retaliating. Bab Sanele, thank you so much for your time. I just want to ask what's going on. Obviously the community is trying to fight back, the police not having it. What is going on?
Yeah, the community is fighting back to the police, but firstly, on behalf of the leadership, we apologize and we are so sorry about what happened to the media, those stones against you. So the residents, yes, they are angry and they are trying to fight back the police, but there is this influence of alcohol. Yeah, we know what happened earlier. So there is the influence of alcohol. But on the same note, let the government help these people because they've got anger. They've got anger. They've been bottling this anger. Now they're taking out to the wrong people. They're taking out to the media, to the police, to the wrong people. Should the government do the right thing? We will be talking about this. There would be no situation like this. But since we have been kind to government and the government that doesn't assist us, I'm not trying to protect what they did. I'm sorry, it is wrong. But should we have houses, water and sanitation, electric? We wouldn't be in this situation.
So what is your next plan of action? Because obviously things are getting out of control. There seems to be some violence that's happening. A lot of rubber bullets have been fired. The community obviously retaliating with rocks and bottles. Surely there's a different way to get the message across, or do you think that this is the only way?
Hey. Yeah, right now, after this, we are going back to hostel. We're going to call them and tell them the wrongs and the rights. But the action plan, we haven't changed. The strike continues. The protest continues. But we're going to give them an order. This is how we must proceed. This is the way forward. We're going to tell them how they must behave.
I want to ask you, how long have you guys not had electricity?
This hostel, we were told it was built around 1959 or before that. I am 30 years here. Up to now, there's no electricity.
You've never had electricity?
Never, ever. The electric we have there is nyoga illegal connection. The electric they promised us the city power to connect. Is this one they didn't even finish. They come there with their contractor for October and November. It stopped. Up until now, it stopped. Nothing, no movement. It also frustrates the hostel residents. Also frustrates them. So as I say, they've been bottling the anger for many years. Now they're taking the anger towards the wrong people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. We'll obviously still be here to monitor the situation, yeah, I suppose we can just actually show the vehicle that has been damaged. It's one of the vehicles that have been damaged. The media vehicle, obviously, it's very unfortunate, and Babsanele explaining that it's just unacceptable that something like this could have happened. It's obviously a rock that hit the window, and we do know that there's another vehicle as well. You can see the size of that rock. Very unfortunate, and the community was actually starting to retaliate towards the media, and we didn't understand why they were actually doing that, and then they were communicated to that they need to stop doing that because we're here to cover the story, and then they pulled back a little bit. But things do remain a little bit volatile here at Tumelo, obviously, with as you're hearing Babsanele indicating that they're trying their best to express their frustration of a lack of electricity, and obviously trying to get the message to the officials, but we have not even seen one official here, which just goes to show that nothing is being heard.
Well, Heidi, at this stage, I think we're going to definitely leave it at that. Of course, understanding that it seems that, community members, of course, being hostile to the media who are there to cover the story and tell their side of the story. Of course, that didn't yield any, favorable results. But, of course, very happy to hear that they've been cautioned not to harm the media or to exert violence against them. At the heart of this issue, though, is that service delivery is still an issue out in the community, and they would like to hear from government officials as to how exactly they plan to, of course, address some of these issues. As we continue to monitor what's happening at the Diepkloof Hostel in Soweto, Heidi Giokos, our eNCA reporter, will be there for us to give us those updates.